Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:52, Sunday evening, October the 22nd, 2023, year of our Lord. And I'm sitting out here in the garage, shop, whatever you want to call it. Just sitting at the workbench, just thinking, thinking of how I can make my business better. We're at the end of the season for grass, and I've got 5 more customers that I need to mow this week, and then I've got a few people that paid up front for the entire month of October, and they've got 2 more cuts left in the year, and they'll they'll fall off after those 2 cuts. And then people will call me here and there for leaves, bushes, trees, things of that nature, but won't be running crazy like I have been all summer. And guys, I know I told y'all at the beginning of the year I was going to try to get a tripod and get some footage for y'all. It didn't happen, man. Things just got out of hand. Things got out of hand early. Of course, the Spartan tore up on me early this year. Had to replace it, sold it, and then bought another mower, and just everything just piled up on me at once, and it never really did clear up until it still ain't cleared up. I mean, I'm still backed up, still behind with all the rain we had early on this year, and breakdowns and family issues and things of that nature. But we're getting there, man. We're pushing. We're gonna keep on grinding. We're gonna get through this. But I thought about it today. I didn't really do anything today. Didn't do no work today. I don't work on Sundays, but I cut my grass. I do. I don't know about y'all, but I cut my grass in the fall, late fall, as well as I do in the summer and spring. My yard is a weekly yard. I cut it with a push mower. I like cutting mine with a push mower. I like having those crispy lines in my yard. And the way I do it is I cut my grass until all the leaves have fallen down, and I bag them up with the recycler. But I will do that until the big drop hits, which is normally about a week before Thanksgiving. And I will go out there and blow them all into a pile, and I will get them all up that way. And once the big drop hits, I will be done cutting grass at my house for the year. That's usually right around a week or so before Thanksgiving. Just depends on the weather, man. But leaves are starting to fall. We are shifting gears, and grass is basically done. I did the last cut on quite a few properties Friday. I had 5 or either 6 on the list for yesterday. I didn't do any of them. I hurt my knee and couldn't hardly walk on it when I woke up yesterday, so I just let everybody know, hey, look, I'll make it up during the week. I cannot do anything today. And a couple of them was a little irritated, but they're whatever. Take care of your customers. They'll stick with you, and they understand. Even though they're a little irritated, they understand. But sorry, guys, this is driving me crazy. I've got y'all propped up against one of my toolboxes over here, and the latches were open on it, and that kind of stuff bothers me. I'm very OCD about keeping my stuff clean and orderly. But anyway, I was thinking about what I'm going to do moving forward. I think it's March 2nd. My wife and I, we're going to sit over coffee and have a chat about going full time in my business. I know right now I'm not quite there yet. I'm close, but just not quite there yet. We're going to look at our numbers, see what we need to make, what we have to make, And I think what I'm going to try to do is get some things paid off before I go full time. That way that transition will be a little easier for me. But I really do think that 2024 will be the year that I go full time. I can't promise that yet because we ain't even in 2024 yet. But I really do think that that'll be the year. But one thing I am going to do moving forward, and I just discussed this with my wife. You know, she's fine with whatever I want to do. She gets it. You know, it's my business. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. Because I'm the one that's out here dealing with it. But I think what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm not gonna take on any customers that want to do pay per service, and not until I go full time anyway. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set everybody up on a monthly payment plan. Just say you've got somebody that wants a weekly cut. You know, you're looking in my area starting off at the beginning of March to the end of October. You're looking at 40 cuts in that year. And you take that, just say 40 cuts, just say it's $60 a cut. And if that's all they want done, just a lawn mowed, you'll take that 60 times it by 40. Whatever you get, you divide that by 12, and that's what their monthly payment will be. And that way you'll have income year round. And I say that because although I do keep a close eye on my bank account, I do try to manage my money the best I can. It is extremely easy to go out there and drop $500-$600 on something, or drop a few $1,000s on something when you've got, just say when you've got an extra $5 or $6 grand coming in every week during the summertime. It's real easy to drop cash when it's like that. So I think what I'm going to do is just anybody I take on, if you want to do pay per service, you're going to have to call another company, because we're not doing that. And once I do go full time, then yes, I will do pay per service. But that's the way it's going to have to be for me to go full time, because it's just, when you do pay per service, you're looking at seasonal pay. And plus, you know, you're looking at I'm not necessarily going to push for contracts, but, you know, people they're more apt to stick with you. I have discovered that people in my area are more apt to stick with you when you're doing monthly payments instead of paying per service. And a lot of my customers appreciate that anyway. They'd rather go ahead and pay up front for the month versus dropping 70, 80, $100 every other week or every week. You know, they'd rather go ahead and pay up front for the month or at the end of the month, however it is. And I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have payments coming in on the 10th, 20th, and the 30th. I'm not going to do everything at the first of the month or the 15th. I'm going to have 3 days. And I'm not going to give the customer the option. I know I mentioned that before, that I'm going to give them the option. I'm not going to give them the option. I'm going to tell them 10th, 20th, or 30th. And you're going to get it, whatever day I tell you it's due on, that's when it's due. And you have 4 days to pay it. I'm going to send an invoice to you. It's due on receipt of the invoice, but you do have a 4-day grace period. And it's going to be online payment only. I'm not tracking people down to get cash or check or money order or anything like that. And the ones that I do have thus far that are pay per service, they are good customers. I'm gonna let them continue to do that, because that money does come in handy in the summertime, especially when we want to do vacations and things of that nature. But moving forward, until I go full time, it will be 20 cuts a year or 40 cuts a year. This is how much it's going to be every month. And also, I think what I'm going to do moving forward when I do quotes, you know, most of you know I have Yardbook. That's how I do all my invoicing. That's how I do everything, my routing, everything. And I think what I'm going to do, I just learned how to do the estimate on there. I'm going to pull up the property, look at the square footage, see how much it is. And then you can also pull it up on Google Earth, and you can get a side, like a flat view of it, and you can see the terrain. You know, you're not going to be able to look at it like you would if you were walking the property and notice any dips or anything like that that are being hid by the grass, but you will be able to see if the yard has any hills or any kind of beds or anything like that, you know, any kind of obstacles. But I think that's how I'm going to do estimates, not quotes. There's a difference there. Estimate and a quote's two different things. I think that's how I'm going to do estimates moving forward. And I will let everybody know that this is your estimate. This is what it's going to be. This is what your estimate will be per month. I will be able to give you an actual quote when I come out to the property. And I did it a couple times this year, and it worked. And when you can get back to a customer quickly, it helps you greatly. And a lot of times people will say, great, let's do it. I mean, they won't even think about it. You do have some folks, you know, they think 50 or 60 bucks is too much to cut grass, but it is what it is. And I'm not going to go up on my minimum this year. I looked at all my numbers, and as of right now, you know, the inflation this year has not gone up enough for me to justify doing an increase across the board. There are a few customers that I will go up on, and just because of the simple fact I underquoted them, and they can either take it or leave it. You know, I'm not going to be mad one way or the other. I'd like to be able to keep them because I don't have a single bad customer right now. I do have some yards that are raggedy, got to be double mowed or triple mowed, whatever it may be, just because of clumps and things like that. Even if you do have a chute blocker and things like that, and you can mulch things up and drive it down into the ground, it still has to be double or triple cut, and that is time consuming. So, but as of right now, that's the only bad things that I have, and it's not many on those. I think it's only like 2 properties that I have to do that on. But I do have a couple customers that I am going to go up on. This I have one that I'm going up significantly on. He's probably going to drop me, but you know, like I said, take it or leave it. I'm in the business of making money, not doing favors for people. But so yeah, I highly recommend getting some sort of CRM that will let you look at the property, look at the square footage of the property, and doing your estimates that way. So you can, I mean, it will help you immensely. It will keep you from underbidding jobs. But of course, it's not going to help you on leaf cleanups or bush jobs or anything like that. But as far as mowing grass, it will help you. And all you got to do is just say you've got a 7,000 or 8,000 square foot property. Say it takes you, I don't know, 40, 50 minutes to do. Your minimum is an hour, and you charge $65 an hour. Charge them 65 bucks. And, you know, things like that. So, yeah. But you've got to know your numbers. You've got to know, if you haven't done it yet, you really need to time yourself on some of your properties to get an idea of how fast you are, and, you know, see how long it takes you to just say a 7,000 square foot property. You know, see how long it takes you on that 7,000 square foot property. If you're a solo operator, if you can do a 7,000 square foot property in 30 minutes, you'll know. As long as it's pretty much the same, don't have a bunch of obstacles and things like that. No yard is the same. You got to get that in your head, but you'll know that it'll take you around 30 minutes. But there's going to be a lot of changes moving forward in my business. There's going to be more services offered in my business this coming up season. I'm going to do my services a little different. I learned some new tricks this year. Pricing is pretty much going to be the same. Payments will be very different. I'm moving to online payments across the board. Most likely I'm not going to do Venmo or Cash App or PayPal or anything like that. Probably not going to do check anymore. Probably not going to do cash anymore. I'm definitely trying to get away from cash. I love cash. I like to use cash when I can, but it's just too much of a hassle for me to have to go to the bank and drop money off in the bank. And so yeah, there's that. But anyway, guys, I just really wanted to hop on here and share those things with you, how I'm going to do things differently. This year was a blessing and a curse. It was more of a blessing than it was a curse. I was forced to do a lot of things this year because of breakdowns. I was forced to pull the trigger on a lot of different things. I was forced to make decisions. Some were bad decisions, some were great decisions. Mainly, more of them were great than they were bad. Wish I could have kept all of my customers this year. If I had of, I'd be full-time right now, but that's the nature of the beast, you know. But I think right now I have 33 customers at the very end of grass season. The very beginning of grass season next year, I'm liable to have 23. It's just the way it works, man. And I did start a Google profile early this year, and that, man, that caused my business to really take off. And I know every week this summer I was getting 4 or 5 phone calls every week, having to do different estimates for people every week. And like I said, if I'd have kept every single customer that I had, I'd have close to 100 customers right now, and there's no way that I'd be working at my full-time job right now. But anyway, one thing I'm wanting to do is I do want to go full-time in 2024. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not. We're going to sit down and look at it on March 2nd. And one thing that I can do is I do have a CDL license in my pocket. I can fall back on that if things go awry on me. Also, I have a lot of friends in the industry, and they have told me, look, go full-time. You're not going to reach your full potential until you go full-time. And when things slow down, if you need extra income, you can always come work for me. I've had 2 people reach out and tell me that. So the only thing is, I'm worried that when I do go full-time, I'm not going to want to go back to working for another man. We'll see what happens. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, man. Right now, I've still got to figure out if I'm going full-time or not. But anyway, guys, I think that's the way I'm going to do my payments moving forward. Not going to do any more paper service unless it's something like a leaf job or a bush job, something like that. But yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. And these customers can either pay it or they won't, one of the two. We'll see what happens. I think it'll really help me. And what do you guys do? Drop me a message in the comments below. Let me know what y'all do. Do y'all do monthly payments? If you're a part-time landscaper, do you do paper service? Are you doing monthly payments? If you're full-time, do you do monthly payments? Do you do paper service? I'm not against either one, but I think monthly payments is what's going to be the ticket for me going full-time quicker. So, but anyway, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to go in there and put something in my guts real quick before I have to get into bed and get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I hate Mondays, guys. I really do. It's getting to a point now where I just hate Sunday evenings because I know it's just a matter of time. I got to get back into the real world. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off here, and I will cut y'all back on the next one. But until then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.